So you want to make animations, but you have no idea how. Well, this is how. I'm gonna tell you 3 awesome ways to make animations, both 2D and 3D. And in this video, these animations are in order of awesomeness. The first one you've probably heard of, the second one maybe, but the third one, I guarantee some of you are gonna be really surprised, because I was really surprised when I heard about this animation type. Getting right into it, we have number 1, rotoscoping. If you're an animation enthusiast and you've worked with animation before, you've most likely heard of rotoscoping. What that means is you record a real person doing something with a camera, and then you overlay your animation on top of what that person is doing, on top of your film. That way you can just trace over the actual animation. You can export the frames, for example, and draw frame by frame over the frames. That is very effective, and one game that does that, one really old game that does that, is Prince of Persia. I've recently played Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, but the gameplay... However, the animations were really good, and the animations were done with rotoscoping. That's why they were so good. My second type of animation, it's in the background right there, but before I get into that, please do consider liking this video if you've been enjoying it. It's a bit early to say that, isn't it? The second type of animation that I want to talk about is transforming 3D into 2D. The whole character animations of Dead Cells was made in 3D. They made 3D models, which they animated, but then they put the animations through a homemade program to render them in 2D. They put a pixel art filter over the 3D animations, and they got really smooth 2D pixel art animations. Honestly, whoever thought of this idea is an absolute genius. I think this is an amazing animation technique. Now, I haven't heard of many games doing this, but now that one of the games made with this type of animations is out there, I think it's gonna become more popular, maybe. Who knows? If you want to read more about Dead Cells animations, I've put a link in the description to a Gamasutra article which explains more or less in depth how the whole thing works. The third type of animation, I found out about this from a colleague of mine who's also a game developer. If by any chance you like Souls-like 2D games, check out his Twitter, which I have linked in the description. He posts updates there. The game is absolutely amazing. The animation style that I'm gonna talk about is not necessarily a style of animation as a tool of animations. It's something you can add to your animation after you've done it, and I think it's mostly specifically a 2D thing, though I can imagine it being used in 3D somehow if you get creative. What I'm talking about is AI-assisted animation frame interpolation. Sounds like a wordful, but let me explain. If you've seen those videos of AI improved frame rate for videos, this is what I'm talking about. I've linked down in the description one of those videos if you want to check them out. It's amazing. So what happens is, if your animation has 30 frames per second, you can put it through one such program to get 60 frames per second. And the program is gonna add extra frames to the animation. It's gonna basically add 1 frame in between each frame. The way it does that is through AI. Don't ask me how that works, it's AI. AI is magic, so it's quite smart actually. If you check out one of those videos in the description, you're gonna see that it's quite awesome. The technique, the capabilities of AI, man, future. Woo. My fourth tip for this video does not have to do with animation, but it's gonna help a small YouTube content creator happy if you hit the like button and subscribe and share. Maybe follow me on Twitter, description. Have I missed any awesome animation type? Do let me know in the description. If you really know any cool animation type, show them to me. Until next time, that's it, that's the video. It's quite short. Let's see if short is better somehow. Bye!